Ready Check Radio.
Stand by as we get ready to serve up all your news this week in the world of gaming. Welcome to Gaming Gumbo. What's up, Internet? It's Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. That means here on Ready Check Radio, it's time for Gaming Gumbo, our weekly gaming wrap-up. I'm your host, Mike Byrne, a.k.a. Magic Man, as always, and this is episode 136. And, of course, we're doing it live, twitch.tv/ReadyCheckRadio. Chat joining in. Howdy, Baron, ready to chime in with their opinions, and I'm sure there will be many today in all of our topics. Be sure to chime in the comments with your opinions, whether you're watching on YouTube, listening on Audible, Spotify, wherever you are. Thank you so much for the support. Make sure you give it a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And join us live. You can hit ReadyCheckRadio.com for all the socials in the backlog of all of our shows. Joining me today to go over all of it right outside of GameStop, waiting for the midnight release, Mr. Dom Greco. What's up, sir?
Yeah, feeling old.
Why?
Just got back from Florida, and
well, I mean, you left Florida, so you're not that old.
I just got back from the 30th anniversary of Warped Tour.
Okay, yeah, you're old. Yeah, yeah, you're old.
Oh, that was a sad realization. All the elder emos.
Was it amazing though?
It was probably. I don't want to say my favorite show of the year because that's still Sum 41 from January when I saw him at the farewell show in Toronto. I had Derek, I don't know if you could see it, sign my shirt here. He was showing off his clothing line. And I was like, I had nothing to sign. I'm like, just sign my shirt. And then I'm like, well, now I can never wear this shirt again. So this is the last time I'm ever going to wear the shirt. So
then it goes under glass until you're really old.
I'll go into a shadow box somewhere.
Exactly. Also on the line, resident artist of Ready Check Radio, Yod. What's up, boss?
Also feeling old.
You got the little, you twirled your beard today. You gave it a little twirl at the end there.
A little bit.
It looks like somebody's been very busy at art and thinking, what do I want to do here?
So does that episode number include last week's non-show number?
Yeah, so I left the numbers from last week. So there is an episode 135. We did have a show last week, even though Troy Noobfridge did not show up. He is fine, by the way. I got a message the next morning that said, I'm so sorry. I'm dumb. I can't set an alarm for PM. I set it for AM, and I slept through the show. So Troy is fine. He'll be back after the Thanksgiving holidays, no problem. But I do want to extend a thank you, Dom. You weren't here last week, to me giving thanks to Yod and Troy for everything they do here on Nobody's Making a Dime. We do this for the love of the game, so to speak. And so I just wanted to thank you for everything you do over here on Ready Check Radio as we hit Thanksgiving. Remember, no shows next week. Gaming Gumbo and Relic Grind totally off Tuesday, Thursday, so everybody doesn't have to worry about travel or whatever they're doing with their families for the Thanksgiving week. But
and thank you for having me and making me feel so welcome.
Oh, you're always welcome, my friend. We've been together a long time. Let's
30th anniversary.
30th anniversary coming up soon. What's sad is if you think about it, we're probably halfway there. We're closing in on halfway there. That's really something.
It really, it's been almost 15.
I mean,
years.
when the last time Jason was here, he brought up stuff and we kind of mapped it out that him and I have been together doing things either on Game Breaker or MMO Bomb for 14 years, almost 15, and you're only like 2 or 3 years behind that number.
Yeah.
As far as doing this type of shenanigans with me. Let's start off with the Game Awards. Don't go to their site, particularly with the Cloudflare Flare stuff today.
Yeah.
It's a pain in the ass.
So I was trying to check it yesterday when you initially put the notes up, and they were still building the site.
Yeah, it's an absolute mess. The Game Awards did put up their nominees for all of their usual categories. The site is awful right now. Jeff Keighley knows. He is attributing it via his Twitter, by the way, to unprecedented voting traffic.
Sure.
Fuck off. Like, come on. Seriously.
The Cloudflare outage.
Yeah, Cloudflare. And by the way, I couldn't tell for sure if it was Cloudflare related until just trying to log on again prior to the show to see if the site had like miraculously fixed itself. And it actually got stuck in the automated check, the automated CAPTCHA. And I saw that it was powered by Cloudflare, and I was like, there you go.
Are you human?
Yeah, exactly. The human check from Cloudflare. So not going well. But you have till like December 10th or something like that to vote, and then the show's going to be on the 11th. So there's plenty of time. You should be all right if you're trying to get your own votes in for like Game of the Year and stuff like that. But as always, we're going to go through just a couple of them, not all of them. And I do have my Excel spreadsheet here to lock in everybody's guesses. Chat, if you want to participate, as always, let me know. I will throw your name on here as well if you have guesses as we go along. I'm going to go ahead and throw Lou on here because I know he's going to throw guesses in chat, my younger brother there. And Baron probably is too. So I'll definitely throw those two on there. And we'll come back to Game of the Year. We'll do that last. I want to start with most anticipated. And I gave you guys a link to Polygon site where they listed everything out because the fucking site doesn't work. So here are your most anticipated nominees. 007 First Light, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, The Witcher 4, and Grand Theft Auto 6. Those are your 5 most anticipated games. A slate like never seen before, ever. Yad, do you want to make a prediction here? What's gonna win?
I mean, I know what I'm most waiting for, which is the 007.
Same here.
But
I think Dom too. I think all three of us are in love with 007.
Yeah, it's very close for me between 007 and Resident Evil because I love the last 2 Resident Evils so much.
That's fair.
So I don't know, but yeah,
that's totally fair.
Yeah,
but I have a feeling that it's gonna be Grand Theft Auto 6, so that's where I've got to put my vote in.
Yeah,
no.
I
mean, no. Now you see why I wanted to start with this category because it was just like such a throwaway category.
You mean Marvel's Wolverine isn't going to win?
Honestly, I was like, oh yeah, I guess Marvel's Wolverine is a thing. Like I totally forgot about it. And honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm a huge Witcher fan. Forgot Witcher 4 was a thing too. Like, because you just haven't seen anything about those yet. They were announced so early that we haven't seen a lot. I don't know. GTA 6 is my prediction too. And Dom, I assume you're going there. I literally have that in the form for everybody already. Before we even started.
You auto voted for us.
I did. I was like, come on, that's why we're going to start with this one. Just get it out of the way.
See, I almost want to do the against the grain and vote for the one that has like the lowest votes, but I don't think they show you who has the lowest votes.
No, they don't. So let's go to best art direction, a category that I do think there is a little bit of competition here.
Okay.
Now, obviously, Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is nominated here. It is nominated a slew of times and is probably going to pick up its fair share of awards. But will best art direction be one of them when Claire Obscure Expedition 33 is also going against Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silk Song, Dom? Will Claire walk away with this one? Or is that competition a little stiff? I think it's a bit stiff.
I think it's very stiff. Me personally, if this was just what my favorite art direction is, it would be Silk Song. I loved Hollow Knight's art. I haven't played Silk Song yet, but it's the same art style.
I think Torchwick is with you on that one.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
I feel like more people kind of like the Hades style.
I think Havoc is with you on that one.
But I think Claire Obscure is going to take it because.
So you're going Expedition 33.
Yeah.
Yod, as the artist, the resident artist here.
I would like to go with Hades too, because I like the art style a lot. Because a lot of the reason is because it is different. It is very different from your standard AAA game where everything's ultra realistic, and there's art style is kind of subjective when it comes to that, because it's so realistic that is it really an art style when it's so realistic type of deal. But part of me is thinking Ghost of Yotai.
Okay. Is that your prediction?
Yes, that's going to be my prediction. Just because of the amount of detail they put into it.
So I'm going to tell you that I put all of mine in the sheet here before the show, just so I already had mine locked in and could not be swayed by anybody. But Dom, you're going to go Expedition 33. Yod's going Ghost of Yotai, and Yod, I'm going with you. I am one of those, by the way, that I don't care if Expedition 33 wins every single category it's nominated for. I'm here for it. I love that game.
Mm-hmm.
I am here for it. But trying to step back objectively, even though I'm an Expedition 33 fanboy, I just feel like Ghost of Yotai was such an artistic, just almost overly cinematic in some places. I'm gonna go,
especially
Ghost
coming
of
off
Yotai.
the tail of Ghost of Tsushima.
Well, that's the thing that I think actually has working against it. If you think about it, is that it did this before. Right? In Ghost of Tsushima,
so you don't think they can...
It did that. It did the, granted, it's better looking to me overall, visually and graphically, but the style, the art direction is very similar to Ghost of Tsushima. So they iterated on it, but it's not new. So I think that might actually work a little bit against it in that, we've seen this before. You just did it better. But I'm still going to go Ghost of Yotai.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's where I think that there is actually in its favor, is that it's different enough that people are like, ooh, but it's familiar enough that it pulls them in.
Maybe. I'm going with you.
Yeah, that's my brain trail on how I got there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going with you, so I can't, I can't judge too harshly. And I'm sure if Havoc were here, he would say Hades 2. That would definitely be Havoc's, and Torchwick would definitely be Silksong.
I just, for the record, I'm not voting what I want. Just for the record, I'm voting metagaming.
Yep. Okay. Community support.
Community support.
Yeah, best community support. Your nominees are Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. And if you accidentally think you clicked on the Gaming Gumbo from 380 days ago, you would be right. These are the exact same 5 nominees from 2024. And last year, Baldur's Gate 3 took it. If you go back to 2023... 3 of these games were nominated in this same category then as well. And Final Fantasy 14, I feel like, has been in this category since its inception.
It has.
It's been there basically every year. So this is a weird one where all 5 nominees are the exact same as last year. So you kind of just have to look at it. I do want to say that, Dom, before we pick, as a Final Fantasy 14 fanboy, I'm kind of amazed it's on this list again this year. This wasn't exactly a great year for 14. It had its ups and downs with Dawn Trail. It's had its ups and downs in the community itself, the way the team has handled various things, the unintentional unobscuring of player information when they updated their blacklisting. There has been a lot this year that I'm honestly surprised World of Warcraft didn't sneak in there. Because if I'm just looking at those 2 games objectively, I think World of Warcraft had a hell of a better year than Final Fantasy 14 did, whether you like one game or more personally.
I remember what I voted for last year, and I'm going to vote for it again this year. because I genuinely believe it, even though I may not like or play it very much.
Helldivers
I'm
2.
going with Fortnite.
Fortnite?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Give it to you. Fortnite's
They just
been on
did
there
the Power
for...
Rangers. They're doing the Simpsons right now. That Fortnite was
You're
spread
right.
all over New York City when I was down there for Halloween. So like they've kind of been going a little hard this year.
Going with Fortnite. All right. Yod, what do you
I
got?
think they even didn't they do
Dom has
Godzilla at the
swayed me.
beginning of the year?
Dom has swayed me. I'm going Fortnite.
Oh, okay. All right. We're going to double
Yeah.
up on the Fortnite. Okay. I'm going to go No Man's Sky, actually.
That's where I was originally going to go.
They've had
But
a
Dom
pretty
has
good
swayed
year,
me.
too. Pretty good year. Best ongoing game. Final Fantasy
game.
14 Dawn Trail, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. I'm going to go first because I think if Marvel Rivals does not win this category, then it's kind of a shame against those 4. All 4 of those, great in their own respects, but they've all been around for years and years. And I guess, hey, there's something to be said for you should be nominated for this award if you've been around for years and years and you are still kicking. Yes, I get it.
Right.
But I think it's just hard to argue against the splash and continued impact after launch that Marvel Rivals has had, Dom. But maybe I'm just crazy.
No, I would actually agree with you. Because for me, it was going to come down to Marvel Rivals or No Man's Sky, because I know No Man's Sky has just been really like honing in like ever since they did that big revamp. But Marvel Rivals, it's not going away. It just seems to be getting stronger and stronger, and they're the one that I constantly hear about. I don't hear about No Man's Sky so much, even though like what I do hear has never been negative. So I'm also going to go with Marvel Rival.
Yod, you coming with us? Is this a sweep again?
Yeah, just because of the hype train behind it. Like Dom said, No Man's Sky, it seems like it is a good, solid game now, and they keep adding a lot of stuff that the community is enjoying. But it does seem like the community for it is smaller, and it's a dedicated community. Don't get me wrong, and their fan base is solid. It's just I don't think there's enough of them over Marvel Rivals' current.
That's fair.
Current player base. Yeah.
Best narrative: Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, yet another one. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Ghost of Yotai, Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. And I would love to see Silent Hill F win, but you're about to get smoked, baby. Like you are about to get smoked in this category. Who do you see this in this one, Yod?
I'm going with Yotai again. Once again, because Ghost of Yotai is coming off of the other Ghost game, and it's different enough yet familiar enough that it will get more people.
Dom, what do you got? Who's telling the best story here, sir?
Oh, it must definitely be Kingdom Come: Deliverance. It's Claire Obscure.
Hey, okay. So here's you jest, but I think Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 has a better chance in this category than everything else except Expedition 33. Yeah. That's not to take away from Death Stranding 2's story or Ghost of Yotai. I just don't think the story in those excited people. But Deliverance 2 delivers a hell of a punch when it comes to narrative. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did have like insight into the voting if Deliverance 2 came in second. I just don't think it's going to come in first. I mean, I got to go Expedition 33 as well. But I would not be shocked if Deliverance pulled an upset here. I just think it's a tall ask. It is just the most likely game that could do it out of these 5, I think. And that's not to, like impugn any of their stories. Troy was found alive and well. He was sleeping. 2 more categories because we always got to pick an odd number to try and keep us from tying. Best
Right.
game direction, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 up there. Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Ghost of Yotai. You've heard me say those three before. Hades 2 up again in another category here. And Split Fiction. Dom, we'll go to you first.
This is hard because I want to metagame and go Expedition 33 because that's the safe bet. But I think I'm going to go with Split Fiction.
Really? Why?
Yeah. It was so unique. And I heard so much about it when it came out. Like, that's what everybody was talking about. And it was just like, it did things that nobody's ever done before. And I have not watched a full playthrough because I do intend to experience
Just
this on my
avoiding
own at
those
some point.
spoilers.
But it did look pretty pretty intense and unique. So I want to go with that just because it feels the most unique out of everything here.
So there's always, when we see a game that's up for Game of the Year and all these different, they're up for 10 awards or 8 awards or 9 awards. There's always like that one category that I'm like, if they are just trying to like give it to somebody else, this is the category that they would probably do it in. And I think this year that Best Game Direction is the category that they may do it. Again, I would not be shocked if Expedition 33 took this, but I honestly think that this is the category that they could go, give it to Split Fiction or give it to Hades 2. Claire Obscure, Death Stranding, Ghost of Yotai, they're gonna pick up awards across the board. Some more than others, but they're gonna pick up some awards somewhere. Go ahead.
Is that part of like the meta of this is because they take a category, they have less of a chance in another category?
No,
like, is that
absolutely
actually...
not. To my knowledge,
Yeah.
that has no, but there's always that psychological thing.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
as far as the actual judging sheet and you voting and then the people behind the scenes adding their input, to my knowledge, there is no official, like, okay, hey, let's try and spread the love factor. But humans are humans, like, and so I always kind of give it one.
3 sweep that year.
All right. I'm going to give Best Game Direction to Hades 2.
Okay.
And again, it's one that I would not be surprised at all if E33 walked away with it. In fact, I probably expect it to if you just asked me for a gut punch answer. But I'm gonna go with maybe Hades 2 gets its recognition here because it's unlikely to get it in other places, and humans are humans. Yad, where are you going?
I'm gonna go E33.
He's taking the safe bet. He's like, here's a point for me to make up real quick on these two dumbasses. All right, last category, Game of the Year. And before we give our choices, we do have a couple of things I want to add here. Game of the Year has 6 nominees. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, really? Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Before we give our answers, I do want to get your take on something, guys, because there are a lot of people that think Arc Raiders got snubbed in this category. Now, Arc Raiders, obviously, we've talked about it on the show for the last couple of weeks, making a huge splash. Its numbers look to, again, the numbers we have publicly available. Then there's Game Pass. Like, there's a lot of goofy stuff that goes into this. But when you look at the numbers that are publicly available, it seems to be outperforming Call of Duty in a window where it came out, Battlefield came out, and Call of Duty came out. Not something most people would have expected. Now, it is in here for some audio work, if I remember right.
Isn't it best multiplayer? It's
yeah.
It's multiplayer.
That's where I expected to see it, by the way, was audio design. I don't know how it wasn't nominated for audio design. It's a travesty that, and I don't even like extraction shooters, but it's a travesty that game was not nominated for sound design. But yeah, so it is on there. I don't know. Do you feel like it got snubbed, Dom?
Yes, but aren't every one of these Game of the Years, aren't they single player experiences?
They don't have to be. There's no rule on that one that they have to be.
No. Okay.
I mean, these seem to be, although I don't know about Donkey Kong Bonanza.
That technically you can play co-op, but it's weird. And I did. I think like what was it, two episodes ago, or the last time I was on. You asked me what my prediction for Game of the Year would be, and I was like, I don't know. I was under pressure. I was like, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and you guys were like, what?
Yeah.
Here
By
it
the
is.
way,
It's on
if
the list.
Donkey Kong Bonanza wins this, I'm never watching this show again. Never watching the Game Awards again, like ever.
No. Even I said at the time in that panic moment, I went, I don't know, that wasn't a good pick. I said it right after my statement, so I still stand by that. It's not a great pick. It's not a bad game. I think it's comparable to like Mario Odyssey or something like that. But Mario Odyssey didn't take Game of the Year, like whenever. So I don't know. But for me, yeah, Expedition 33. We got to go with that.
Yod, your choice and your thoughts on Arc Raiders. Was it snubbed? I feel like it's a tough ask to get an extraction shooter into Game of the Year.
So like the problem with extraction shooters and a lot of the like multiplayer type games for being Game of the Year is your experience will vary depending on who you're playing with. So I mean, it could be a phenomenal game, but if you have a shit team with you and you constantly keep dying, or you're just playing by yourself with a bunch of randos, it might not be that great of a game to you. With one-player games, there's a set experience, more or less, because let's face it, there's gonna be some varying degrees of success depending on your play style, your skill level, whatever. But on average, you're gonna have a similar experience, and if it's good, positive experience, even if you suck at the game, it's the same from one person to another. So, in a way, yes, but no.
And you're going to go with who?
I'm going to go with E33 because, well, it's fucking E33.
E33 for you. Okay. I'm going E33. And I'm not one of those that feels like Game of the Year for a game released this month. Yes, it can actually absolutely happen. I think the cutoff date is like 2 days before, like last year it was like November 9th or something like that. The cutoff is really close to when the announcement of the nominees is every year. Yeah.
I remember one year we were like, didn't that game just come out last week? Or like it was a DLC or something?
Because it was like a December game too. Everybody was like, why isn't this in here?
Yeah,
like,
because that couldn't be. It was the following year. That one was put in the following year. I do also want to point out there are a ton of other award categories and nominees that you can go check out. Make sure you vote when they fix their damn site for the awards themselves on the 11th. There's a little bit of drama right now on the debut indie game category. Blueprints, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Despelette, Dispatch, and Megabonk are your nominees there. Megabonk is trying to remove themselves from contention. John over at Megabonk is saying, I'm very flattered for being nominated here. However, this is not my debut indie title. I have release games under other smaller indie studios. There's some conversation back and forth on debut indie title refers to the studio's debut title, in which case Megabonk would be this specific studio's title, but not John's under it. Anyway, we'll see what happens there. I mean, I do kind of appreciate saying, hey, I've had games come out before, take me out of this category, but
If Expedition 33 was not listed for Game of the Year, which of these other 5 would you choose?
Hollow Knight.
I'd probably go Deliverance 2.
And I would go Hades 2.
I'd go Hollow Knight.
Dom, who do you want here? E33, right? E33?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's everybody.
Same as everybody else.
Yeah, everybody. we do have quite a few differences on other categories though, so I think we'll be fine.
We do.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see how likely it is that we battle to a draw again this year.
We'll tie again.
Right. All right, moving on away from the Game Awards, let's take a look at Steam's new hardware because they just dropped they just dropped a trailer. We mentioned it on the Relic Grind on Thursday that we would be talking about it today, but Steam dropped a trailer advertising 3 new pieces of hardware coming in the first half of 2026 or spring 2026, depending on which piece you're talking about here. An updated Steam controller, a new Steam Frame self-contained VR headset that is made to not only be self-contained by itself, but then also used in conjunction with your PC or with their Steam Machine, which looks like a little lunchbox. And if you've heard that name Steam Machine from many, many years ago, you're right. This is a new one where they're trying to take the Steam OS platform and give it a console-ish wash. They are not billing this as a console. In fact, they are saying things like it's not really going to be priced in the console market. It's going to be priced more in the comparative PC market with what it can do. But yeah, it is basically a hook it up to your TV and play wherever the hell you want. And we've all done this before, taking our computers, hooking them up to TVs and things like that, but it gets cumbersome with the keyboard and the mouse and Windows and all that fun stuff here. So kind of taking this away. Yeah, exactly. Not like you haven't done it for decades. I get it. But this is definitely kind of opening a bit of a market, right? For those people that maybe aren't PC gamers and can recognize that, hey, this might be a PC, but for me, it feels like a console, the way it performs, the way the menus work and everything. So maybe opens up PC gaming with a more console approach. Ironically, something we've talked about on this show that Xbox and Microsoft seem to be leaning towards with their next console as well. So there could be some overlapping competition here.
Yes, but the Xbox is a premium curated experience.
Exactly. We don't know pricing for any of this stuff yet. Again, the only allusion to pricing was on the Steam Machine, talking about pricing it as a comparative PC experience. That tells me that I would kind of put the pricing at around 800-ish for their 512 or gigabyte model, and then their 2 terabyte model probably in like the $1,000 to $1,100 range. That's just me wildly guessing. So what'd you think of the trailer, Dom? Are you looking forward to these products, or are there any that are must-buys for you? By the way, if you are a Steam Deck player, no update on Steam Deck. They don't want to iterate on the Steam Deck until they can get the performance of it up by at least 50% without sacrificing any of the form factor they have, and they're not there yet. So no Steam Deck news.
I'm a little concerned that they may realize that, like, with Microsoft coming in now and putting the Steam platform on their console, essentially, Steam might find a way to like throttle connections and stuff to that to make it slower and not work as well. So it works way better on their own proprietary device. And like that also goes the same with like VR headsets, right? Because like they showed off the Steam Frame? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
And does my Oculus, or not my Meta? What is it?
Quest.
Meta. Oculus? Quest? Yeah, it's the Quest. Is that gonna like not perform as well connecting to Steam? I already have issues with it on Steam, but I get by, right? But is it gonna become worse? Is it like, am I gonna be forced to get Steam products?
I don't know. There's been an awful lot of lawsuits from the 90s forward on ISP throttling based on equipment. And I mean, we do live in the upside down right now as far as legislation and things
Right.
actually going consumer friendly in courts and stuff like that here in the United States. Yeah. But I feel like that would be a little lower on my concern list. I'm actually kind of eager to see what happens on the Xbox side of things, because from everything we've heard, and it could not be the case, it's just everything we're kind of guessing about, this is the exact direction Microsoft wants to go with its next console. And Steam is going to get there first. Yep. Now, does that lead to a partnership between the two, or does that lead to direct competition between the two where hardware sales are on the line? which I gotta believe actually favors Microsoft, right? Because
Yes, absolutely.
they can subsidize the cost of the hardware itself with software sales, where Valve does not have the capability to do that. They would either directly eat the cost. It wouldn't be subsidized because they're not making the games that sell onto the hardware. They're getting a cut. Yeah, anything that sells on Steam, of course, they're getting their cut. But they're getting that cut now anyway. So do you want to eat into that or not? So could be interesting. Could be interesting. I am definitely interested in 2 out of 3 of these. I don't care about the controller. I mean, I'll try it. I didn't like the first Steam controller that had like the inverted nipples instead of joysticks, the touchpad thingies. This one looks like, I don't think this would be incredibly comfortable to hold.
It doesn't look comfortable.
Yeah, and it could be wrong, right? I thought Sony's was going to be a bit oversized, and for some people it is, but it's not for me, and so I like that, but I'm not too keen on that controller.
This kind of reminds me of a more awkward Dreamcast controller.
Yes. Yeah.
A little bit.
It's like the same setup at the bottom, you know?
Yup.
Kind of, sort of. Yeah, PlayStation control for me. PlayStation controller is the best fit. I have found thing with this thing in the evenings and stuff like that. My pinkies get a little weird feeling because of how there's no support.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little odd. I'm not sure how the Steam Deck is on the back there, because I don't have one. I'm assuming it's the same ergonomics for the controller as the Steam Deck has.
Right, and that's the kind of thing that makes me go, well, maybe it's not as uncomfortable as it looks, because I don't have any comfort issues with the Steam Deck. I know others do, but I don't. And okay, yeah, it looks like it's coming south a little much on the plastic casing there, but it wants to get those touchpads that are on the Steam Deck there.
Right.
I'm okay with those touchpads too. So
yeah, I kind of wish the Asus had a touchpad.
Yeah.
So yeah, the touchpads would be kind of nice, which is one of the things that I think because they're planning on using that controller with the Steam machine, right?
Right.
So I think,
but you can. By the way, we don't want to represent that you have to. Like you can hook up a ton of different things to that. So, but
it's a Steam machine. It's like any other interface with Steam. You can use whatever controller you have. But with those touchpads there, I think they would actually have a little bit of an edge over an Xbox running Windows. Because one of the things, once again, with the Asus, one of the things I had to do, setting things up and things like that, wandering through Windows, I had to actually get a little keyboard for it. Because it needs a touchpad.
Just to make life easier on you?
Yeah, just to make life easier to wander around in Windows and stuff. So if you're not in the Steam OS, if you're not in, Armory Crate or whatever else you might be using on the machines, you need a touchpad of some kind. Granted, you can use the joystick to maneuver, but it's those touchpads on the Steam Deck thing is just so much better. Personally, I really like the frame. It looks sleek. It looks a lot smaller, and I wouldn't mind a VR machine that isn't hooked to Meta.
True. And yes, you can just play Steam and stuff on it as well. And there are also rumors that in some of these things that you can open them up for some Android APKs and a bunch of other stuff too. So more to come on this. Dom, gut reaction, I say, hey, Steam Machine's $1,000 for the 2 terabyte version. You interested? Or does it just not meet a need for you, given that you're a PC gamer, you are a console gamer, and if you really, really wanted to, you would just take your PC to your TV and deal with a keyboard and a mouse for 10 minutes while you fired up what you were going to play and then sat back with the controller?
I don't know, because my bed is like 3 feet behind me, right? I got this really comfortable chair. I got a 3-monitor setup going here. Like, I have no problem laying in my bed and playing games on my computer. Right? I can do it. I don't need a console hooked to my TV to do that. My computer, my monitor is better than my TV, right? I need to upgrade my TV, but my monitor is better than my TV. I'd rather just play on my computer. So no, this doesn't really do much for me. I am maybe interested in the headset, the VR headset, but I already have one for right now, and it works fine. And I have really bad motion sickness, and my MetaQuest 3 is like motion sickness proof. I do not get motion sickness in that thing. So I'm worried about jumping to a different one because I don't know how I'm going to react to that. But that's the product that they've released here that I'm most interested in.
Yeah, at $1,000, Steam Machine, 2 terabyte version. You buying it or not?
If I was still in the market for a console type setup, yeah, and especially considering everything else that's going out, that's coming out or rumored to be coming out, I would say that's actually a pretty good deal.
So their target, by the way, as far as performance, I see some of that going on in chat, is right now they're saying it is 6 times faster than what the Steam Deck currently does, and that the benchmark for the hardware has always been that you should have enough performance in the Steam machine to play every game on Steam at 4K 60 frames when you do some sort of upscaling where you need to, like FSR. There are videos of Cyberpunk 2077 at 4K with FSR enabled in headquarters, like Linus Tech Tips did a video and stuff like that. As far as the specs itself, some of these are semi-custom, so I can't speak to all the changes. Like the GPU is an AMD RDNA 3, but there's some semi-custom stuff going on there. The CPU is an AMD Zen 4, 8 gigabytes of VRAM, 512 gigabyte storage, and 2 terabyte storage. There's 2 different models, and then multiple wireless and input-output stuff. So as performance, when you compare it to PlayStation 5 Pro in particular and stuff like that, maybe right there, a little bit behind it type deal. But I can't speak 100% to that because there's some custom stuff going on here, and I'm going to have to just see it. Right. But I don't expect this to, like, blow the PlayStation 5 Pro out of the water or anything, at least from a raw spec sheet, until I see what some of that custom stuff is actually doing in the background. I think at $1,000, I'm a terrible gauge for this type of stuff because I'm going to buy it because I'm a tech guy. I like messing with things. I fucking have an Ouya on my shelf.
Where's your Virtual Boy?
It's on the same shelf with my Ouya. But like I was already doing everything I wanted to do with the Ouya emulation-wise with a Raspberry Pi and everything. But I still bought an Ouya because I wanted to, I'm a tech guy. So yes, I'll buy it unless they price themselves out of the market where I'm just not interested. But if they make it semi-competitive, then yeah, I'm always interested in messing with it. So I am interested in 2 out of 3 of these. The controller, if somebody wants to buy it for me, I'll certainly try it, but I don't think I'm fucking buying that. Don't think I'm fucking buying that. Pretty sure you almost bricked my Ouya. Yes, you almost did. Yes, you almost did. That's my brother Havoc. It's shaped like a brick, so who cares? Real quick, Don, let's hit some WoW Legion Remix and some WoW Midnight stuff. Because Phase 4 of Legion Remix went live today. I have not done the new dungeon or the new raid. I'm waiting till after the show here so that I can grab my brothers and we can all go do that together because that's going to bang out like 5 infinite knowledge for both of them. So like, and like 30 achievements. Right. And so I'm already capped on infinite knowledge, but I did log in this afternoon a little bit between some work things. I banged out the Argus main quest line real quick just so that was complete. And then I bought some. I have so much, like a million bronze just sitting across 3 or 4 different characters that I grabbed a bunch of the cosmetics already. So yeah, I'll be doing some of that. Can't wait. Loving it. Still just absolutely loving Remix. I do have 2 complaints though, and I wonder if you stick with me on this one. I know you are slightly ahead of me on the achievement meter because you have finished leveling all of your alts to 80, 1 of every class, and you have done the class order hall for everybody, and I am 6 of 12 or 7 of 12 on those. I can't remember if I finished the 7th one yet or not. Either way, best case scenario, I've hit 80 on 70 or on 7 classes and finished the class hall for those 7 classes. So I'm a little over halfway done there. So I'm a little bit behind you, but that's okay. I wish, as far as leveling, Legion Remix is so fucking alt-friendly. I'm getting the 400% bonus and now the 10% bonus for the 21st anniversary World of Warcraft event that went live this week.
And then wait till the Dark Moon Fair.
Right. But here's where I wish it was really alt-friendly. Like, it's leveling friendly, but I have 4,000 motes in my main character's bag. Like, could you please make those warbound? There is zero reason the motes should not be warbound. It is a pain in the ass if you... I don't, but if you actually wanted to gear 2 or 3 characters to 7... It's a pain in the ass to get that. The experience boost puts you so far ahead of your weapons sand leveling anyway. It's just those motes should be fucking warbound. And by the way, why isn't bronze? What am
bronze
I?
Is. No. Bronze is. So
no,
you just
bronze
go into
is not. It is not.
Your currency? Yes, it is.
What? It is not. It is character specific.
You can transfer it to your main character.
No, you can't.
So you go into your main character, you go into the currency tab.
Yeah.
You click
transfer button has not been enabled for me.
It's been enabled for me, and I've used it on. I've taken all the bronze off of every single one of my characters.
If that's true, and I just have missed that button is enabled, because I know exactly what you're talking about. I did it with the crystals in retail.
Yeah. No, it's there.
Or crests in retail. If that's true, then and by the way, even if it's not, what I'm complaining about here is such a stupid gripe. It just means that all the rewards are account bound. So it just means I have to log into a different character and buy the reward, right? This is just clearly a convenience thing of if I could get all the bronze on one character, it'd be faster. But I do wish motes then. Then motes is my only complaint.
Yeah.
Motes is my only complaint. How are you enjoying it? You ready for today? You ready? What'd you do today?
I didn't get much because I had work today, but I logged in. I bought everything off the vendors.
Dom is right. You can transfer it. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I bought all the mounts. I bought all the toys. I bought all the pets. I bought half of the transmog. Then I ran out of bronze. And I ran the new dungeon solo just to knock out a bunch of achievements. I tried to go into the raid, but then I had to get called away for work, so I got partially saved, so I can't finish it tonight, so I'll have to wait till tomorrow.
Are you closing in on 999 limits unbound?
No, I got the achievement for doing the level 59 keystone, and I was like, I don't care. I stopped at that point because I still
have to do that one. I've been running mythic keystones either solo, in duos with one of my brothers, or sometimes in trio with like both of my brothers or my wife. But one of my brothers and my wife are like a little behind where my other brother and I are. So it's dangerous taking them into like 30s and 35s, because even if they don't pull aggro or anything, just some mechanic can still one-shot them occasionally. And so I don't know if you looked at the affixes last week, but I was like, fuck this. I am not running any mythic, because I have a 40 key in my bag, and I'm like, I got to run this up to 49 and get this done. I went into the first dungeon and I saw that it was tyrannical and stacked with this. The health buff to enemies was like 8,000%. And 8,000% damage. They couldn't kill me, but there was no way I could time it. Like, Trash had 4 billion hit points. I was like, there's no way. I'll see you next week, brother. Get Tyrannical out of here. Tyrannical's got to go. It's got to go. So I will get the 49, but yeah, I'm actually loving this. I'm really enjoying Remix.
Yeah.
The War Within's The Warning patch drops on December 3rd. So if you have pre-ordered Midnight, the expansion, that's when you're going to get your early access to housing, the Midnight Prologue campaign. There's like a revamped new and returning player experience, a bunch of new lore walking. So Cho's got some new stories for you to go through. The Pandaren Heritage Armor, the Turbulent Timeways, the Housing Decor weekly quests. Those all drop on the 3rd, and then the Brawlers Guild returns on the 10th. Do not confuse this with the pre-patch event. That's going to come later. That is not this patch. Do not confuse Midnight Prologue campaign with pre-patch event or pre-expansion event. Two separate things.
I'm very excited for Brawlers Guild.
Argus, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah, it's the last zone in Legion, and you're going to love it because it's annoying as fuck. I forgot how annoying Argus was.
I forgot they did this, but they changed one of the names of the zones in there because of all the shit that happened to Blizzard at the time. It used to be called Mac-Ari after McCree, Jesse McCree.
Right.
But after all the stuff that they found him out to be doing, they changed it to like Irideth or something, and it bothers me. It bothers me when I see it because it's like in my brain it goes, that's not what it's supposed to be. But then I'm like, but I don't want it to be the other one.
Right.
But there is one cutscene where they actually pronounce it as Macquarie.
Oh, because the voice acting's already done on it. Yeah. Even though the text, the subtitle is updated, the voice dialogue is not. Yep. Playing WoW yet, Yod? No? All right, cool. Let's head on over some... Let's head on over to some miscellaneous news here. Let's start with a cool one. This is a little weird. It just dropped today, so I had to add it to the show notes. So if you be forgiven if you didn't see it, because I literally just chucked it in there. ArenaNet partnered with 2 Weeks, a company called 2 Weeks, and that company is actually formed by a small group of people that used to work at ArenaNet and left in 2024 and made their own thing. Now, that company, those people that left ArenaNet, they had like 14 years of experience working on the original Guild Wars game. Now, ArenaNet has partnered with them to do what's called Guild Wars Reforged. Guild Wars Reforged. Now, this is the original Guild Wars. So... don't think of it as an MMO the way you think of like Guild Wars 2 and World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy. Guild Wars was like that instanced adventure game. Like the city, you could see everybody walking around the city, but Dom, Yod, and I would leave as a party, leave the city and go on an adventure, and we'd be the only ones there. It's a very, very cool experience. If you have never played Guild Wars, yes, it is older, so there's a bit of like archaic systems. Try to get used to, might have to look some stuff up. But if you have a group of 3 or 4 friends and you're looking to really sink your teeth into some MMO-ish content, but adventure with friends, there probably is not a better game on the market. Yeah, because DDO, I would say Guild Wars is better than DDO. Guild Wars. And it's always been a pain in the ass to buy this because there's a couple different packages that had prophecies, factions, Nightfall. Which one should I buy? Which one do I get in? Do I have a friend? There's different campaigns and stuff. Okay, that's going away. You can now buy just one bundle for $20. It gets them all. If at any point you have bought one of those 3, come December 3rd, you will own them all. They're just going to give them to you. And they are really making updates in the game itself to make it Steam Deck verified, add support for modern controllers. The UI has been redesigned with larger text options, and the game now has support for high DPI displays, something that it notoriously was not great at. Visual and audio updates, a bunch of user-friendliness stuff put in, and this all goes live on December 3rd. And this isn't all they're working on. Now, there's no new content right now. And they're not promising new content. But they are working on some other things. Exactly. Hold on. Call it controller support, right? They need to do that with Guild Wars 2? Yes. It's Guild Wars Classic. Yes. it's Guild Wars Classic. This is so super cool. And if you want $20, if you have $20, you just want to throw at something, and then maybe dick around in there with a couple of friends. Do it. Do it. Do it. I'm not a huge Guild Wars experience guy. I was playing Final Fantasy XI still very heavily at the time, and didn't have a computer that was all that great either. So I was like somebody that came many, many years later and just checked it out to see what, learning my MMO history type thing. If I can convince like 2, 3 people, then yeah, I could definitely see losing some hours in here. This is super cool. I love this.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. I too was not much onto Guild Wars. I think I was playing Warcraft at the time. And the game you guys are playing now.
Hey man, I'm enjoying it. I can't tell you the last time I enjoyed World of
whenever I
Warcraft
want.
this much.
I'm sure you can. Then you start scratching your neck.
I can tell you the last time I
Warcraft.
enjoyed World of Warcraft this much, Dom.
Yeah, I was
Castle
gonna make a
Nathria.
joke and scream at my imaginary mom, like Cartman, but I couldn't even remember his lines. No, Castle Nathria was fun.
Castle
I enjoyed
Nathria
that.
raiding with you. That was probably like
That was the
last
only
time.
good part of Shadowlands was Castle
True.
Nathria.
True. Such a good raid.
Yeah, Guild Wars Reforged looks interesting. I'm wondering how much they're changing exactly. Like, is it going to be completely new type of setup with their game engine? Are they going into the game engine, or is it just graphical?
No. I gave you the list of everything that comes on the third.
Okay, that's everything.
That's
Period.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's everything. Yeah, this is not like an engine overhaul or anything like that.
Okay. Could be fun. Yeah.
By the way, no sub. You just pay your $20 and away.
Yeah, exactly.
People that might not have $20 might be Ubisoft's corporate leadership. We mentioned this again on the top of the Relic Grind on Thursday because it had just happened hours before the show. But minutes after Ubisoft's financial disclosure call, because it is a publicly traded company, was scheduled to start, they canceled the call and then posted an emergency press release requesting that shares of their stock sales and trades of their stock shares be halted. The announcement read, Ubisoft announces the postponement of the release of its financials, of its results for the first half of the fiscal year 2025-2026, and has requested Euronext to halt trading of its shares and its bonds from the market opening on November 14th, until the publication of its first half 2025-2026 results in the coming days. Ubisoft will inform the market of the date on which trading will restart. Ubisoft will inform the market on the date which trading will restart. I don't know why that sentence was in there twice. I'm assuming maybe Eurogamer just pasted it incorrectly. However,
they wanted to emphasize it.
Yeah, that's obviously not good. Maybe. Ish. There's a couple different reasons why this might happen. Now, the one that I have seen that is like kind of the most benign is that there is something in the accounting data that they need to either recalculate or rework before it's presented to the public. However, the reason I kind of shy away from that being the cause here is because I feel like that would have been known and diagnosed much prior to canceling this call minutes before the call was supposed to happen. What I think might be more apt, and again, this is all speculation, even as of 5 minutes before the show started, we have not heard boo about this, is that Ubisoft is either being purchased in whole or in parts, because remember they did split off the business to one other company, and then, or these numbers are so not good that the future of the company... Either way, we are about to learn a lot about the future of Ubisoft, I think. And they kind of had a weird week from top to bottom. The UK publishing arm of Ubisoft went on record here and said The traditional full game model of selling a single 50 to 60 pound game as a consumer as a one-time purchase continues to become less ubiquitous, with multi-game subscription services, long-running games as a service titles, free-to-play games, and cloud streaming offers all providing new and attractive ways for consumers to access gaming content. This is their publishing arm's report, which was filed the day before, November 13th last week, and passed along by City AM. Consumers are playing fewer games, playing them for longer, and as a result, outside of a few notable exceptions, many new games are struggling to stand out and achieve sales as they once had. No. Have I mentioned how many times Expedition 33 was nominated for a Game Award this year? This is such bullshit, okay? Free-to-play games, game as a service, and subscription-based games are actually on the backslide right now in a huge way, and to not realize that means you don't have your thumb on the pulse of the game industry at all. The only caveat I will put on that is we are seeing a lot more people, Dom, roll back, if you will, to their comfort zones, to some of these sub-based games. World of Warcraft, Roblox, Fortnite. Rolling back into those and not... But this is like such an excuse-laden thing that I feel like the financials are about to be pretty fucking ugly. And I wouldn't be surprised if a couple of weeks from now, we're looking at Ubisoft being owned by Tencent.
Oof.
They're already a shareholder.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
They are. I could see it. Absolutely. I don't know. I just don't like Ubisoft having the separate client. That's my issue with them. Like, I don't think they have enough games that I enjoy that's warranted to be like its own subsidiary, like store front. That I don't need another one. Right? We got Steam. I barely want to deal with Battle.net. I want that on Steam too.
That is my entire problem with a lot of these standalone applications from these different companies. It's like I bought the game on this specific platform for this reason. Why are you making me open something else up?
Yeah. It also doesn't help that, we talked about on the show how important the last Assassin's Creed was to Ubisoft, at least from everything we saw, that really had to, blow it out of the water or they were going to be in trouble. And I'm thinking it didn't exactly blow it out of the water. But then to come out and say, oh, yeah, it's really hard to sell $60, $70, $80 games, single-player games to people in the year that we had. And granted, not every game's going to be an Expedition 33, right? But there are quite clearly a large number of single-player, high-profile, not $20, $30 indie experience titles that are doing it and doing it consistently. And Ubisoft has failed to deliver time after time after time again, to sit there and say, oh, well, it's because the market favors game as a service in a market that doesn't favor game as a service right now is just stunning. And then to turn around, by the way, and have to acknowledge that, oops, NO 117 Pax Romana, yeah, sorry about that. There was some AI slop placeholder art that made it to the full release of the game.
Yeah,
part of me wonders that if fans didn't point it out, if they would even acknowledged it.
No.
Like that's just some bullshit.
Yep.
If they didn't mean for it to be in there, fans wouldn't have had to point it out. Somebody else, somebody in the staff would have went, "Hey, we accidentally did this. Let us fix it," without fans having to point it out to them.
To have those two things happen in the same week is just stunning to me. To make a statement talking about how hard it is to sell single-player games, and then to have AI slop as a loading screen in one of your...
Yeah.
It's just... Are you fucking kidding me? No. This is a company that's delayed every game in the last 4 years that they've done. Oh, and by the way, went ahead and delayed their investor call too. Why not? I guess that's really fucking on brand. Now that I think about that, maybe that's super on brand.
Didn't they announce they were canceling an Assassin's Creed game too?
Well, so here's what I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about the Division 3, man. That's all I want. And I wonder, like, is it going to be a whole company sale? Is it going to be like vultures pecking off? Like, because there were rumors of they split off into have a smaller company and put some of the titles under there so that maybe that they could offshoot and sell the rest of these titles without having to sell the company as a whole. But I don't know, man. We're about to learn a lot in the next week. And while we're talking about AI, Activision had to chime in on this topic too, because guess what? Call of Duty Black Ops is under fire for complaints of AI-generated assets, particularly when it comes to its player banners being definitely AI-generated, right? Because they look like they are ripped straight out of Studio Ghibli. Like, straight out of Studio. It's so bad. It is so bad. Activision issued a statement that acknowledges the issue. Kinda. They said, like so many around the world, we use a variety of digital tools, including AI tools, to empower and support our teams to create the best gaming experience possible for our players. Our creative process continues to be led by the talented individuals of our studio. Okay. On the Steam page, by the way, it does have the flag that our team uses generative AI tools to help develop some in-game assets. Pretty vague, but that's, at least Steam making them put them up there. And this was the team that back in August, remember, creative director Miles Leslie clarified the team's stance on AI by saying, we live in a world now where there are AI tools. I think our official statement we said last year around Black Ops 6, when this topic came up then too, is that everything that goes into the game is touched by the team 100%. We have generative AI tools to help us, but none of that goes in-game. And then you're going to say, yeah, but it has. I'll say it has by accident, and that was never the intention. We've come out and been very clear that we use these tools to help the team, but they do not replace any of the fantastic team members we have that are doing the final touches and building that content to put it into the game. So everything you play, human created and touched. AI tools in the world we live in, it's how we streamline it. That's really the goal. Not replace, but streamline. Bullshit. 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 This did, by the way, lead to California Democratic Congressman Ro Khanna, who went after Roblox and stuff for their not protecting children a while ago, stepping forward and saying, hey, we need regulations that prevent companies from using AI to eliminate jobs to extract greater profits. Artists at these companies need to have a say in how AI is deployed. They should share in the profits, and there should be a tax on any mass displacement. Good luck with that, Congressman. I'm on your side, but good luck with that one.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Good luck.
If you need a little extra cash for the holidays, maybe picking your buddy up something at GameStop, though.
I love these segues.
Right?
They're smooth as butter.
December 6th, GameStop will let you trade in whatever the fuck you want. No questions asked. Except it's not exactly whatever you want. There is a list on the site of things that they don't want you bringing in. Don't bring in dead animals, live animals,
Except taxidermy animals are allowed.
Chemicals.
Those are cleaned
stuff like
cleaned
that,
items.
Right? There are obviously a list of some exclusions of dangerous items and stuff. And GameStop employees apparently reserve the right to reject any trade-in. But on Saturday, December 6th, GameStop is advertising a Trade Anything Day. Get some store credit. If it's not on the list of exclusions, which is generally your normal don't bring this stuff on a flight exclusions, but check the site for full exclusions in your area, it's got to fit in a 20 by 20 by 20 box. So
I'd put a note for this in our notes. I'd put a screenshot, an image anyway.
Yeah, from their website, which has basically information on it, by the way.
None. It was very difficult to find.
It lets you just search a store. That's it.
Yeah, I saw the like exclusions, but it was on like a Twitter post, and it was like, "Is this real?"
Yeah.
And it's like I wasn't, I don't know. But I wanted to do something fun, and I wanted to see if we get chat really quick. I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds. Everybody, go find something. Best trade in value. Go right now. Go pull it up. Go grab it. Get up, Yod. I don't care about your knees. Get up. Go get it.
Fuck no.
I got 30 seconds to get what? The best, something I can get the best trade-in value for. I don't fucking know. Like, within 100, what the?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, are we talking like junk or are we talking actual stuff? Because I got stuff around me that's actually worse shit.
Yeah, so do I. I got this whole backdrop here.
I know, right? My ROG allies right here.
All right, what do you guys got?
I have two things. So I have an engraved cross fountain pen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also have, see, this is like where I get mine on GameStop. I have a sealed case. Could be a boat. Could be, you don't know what's in here, but it fits in a 20.
Deal.
It fits in a 20 by 20 box. So, and I will tell you, there is stuff in it. So it's up to you,
Okay.
GameStop, on whether you're taking it or not.
Okay.
Are you, your GameStop, Yod, are you taking it?
Sure, why not?
Are you taking it, Tom?
Chat's got to decide. Chat's got to decide, not us.
And how much am I getting, by the way?
I don't know. What do you got, Yod?
I've got a vintage Gigi from Kiki's Delivery Service.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yes.
$20? Get bent. I'm keeping my case.
You know what's in it, though.
I do.
Yes.
I definitely know what's in it.
There.
What do you got, Dom?
It is a...
So something you were talking about last week on the Not Show. I have for a trade. Just whatever you do not get it wet.
Oh, it's even the
Oh
right
my
box.
God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It's even the right box.
Awesome.
But is it 20 by 20 by 20? Will it fit?
Will it fit? I don't know.
I don't know.
Just don't get it wet, because then you're gonna have too many to put in the box.
Coldfire
then it
says,
won't fit
I
in the
have
box.
5 old Samsung phones and a Samsung S6 tablet still works that I could trade in. Yeah, you can. They actually take those under normal conditions too. So yeah. I don't know. It can't possibly go wrong, right? Like,
Oh, totally not.
yeah, totally. Everything will be fine December 6th. I wonder if the store employees got any new training for the... No, they didn't fucking get any new training.
No,
the
they
hell
don't
out
care.
of here. It's going to be
They
a shit
don't
show, and I
care.
can't wait. I probably will go out to mine just to watch. I'll just bring a
Kinda want
chair. I'll just bring a chair, and I'll start streaming on my phone, and we'll sit
So-
there and just watch all day.
So last weekend, the wife. Her
Oh my God,
sister
that's
and I
a
actually
Saturday, too. Sorry. I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
We actually went into a GameStop.
No, nobody does that.
Yeah, we went into a GameStop, a local GameStop. We actually went in there. There was more trading cards in there,
Oh, yeah.
like TCG games,
Yep.
than there are actual video games.
Told you, they're like swinging right back to where they got out of like 5 or 6 years ago. I
And
told you, mine
on top
actually
of
has
that-
a 6-foot table for local play of Pokemon every Monday night.
No. The most amazing thing that I saw, like they're showing videos and stuff on a flat screen and all that stuff, but their security camera with with the TV that's hooked into it, because you can see it, so they can see it. It was an old ass 15-inch CRT TV that was mounted to the ceiling.
Nice. I like the nostalgia feels they're going for when it comes to
Yeah.
security. Last little bit, and then we're going to go over to games of the week and call it a day. And we'll have to watch how this one plays out. This is kind of a little bit of an update to something we talked about a long time ago. Crafton, that's the Unknown Worlds co-founders were fired out of the blue earlier this year, and they've been suing Crafton of PUBG and that kind of company, Terra, Bluehole, and all that stuff.
Right.
They've been suing them ever since. The case hinged on The co-founders saying that they were wrongly terminated because Krafton wanted to avoid paying them a $250 million bonus if Subnautica 2 hit certain sales milestones. The studio co-founders now have a new filing in based on discovery during that legal process that says Krafton engineered a takeover only after it failed to renegotiate lower bonuses. And they say that the CEO allegedly even consulted ChatGPT to try and get out of the massive payout. And they can prove that because of some of the discovery findings. There's snippets of internal communications of Krafton, including an apparent conversation between the CEO, Kim Chang-han, and its head of global operations, Richard Yoon. And it suggests that Krafton was not only seeking to lowball the co-founders out of their original bonus, but the entire rest of the development team as well. And then when that failed, they ousted them and may have used ChatGPT to talk about how best to do that. We'll keep watching this case as it goes because it's utterly fascinating to me. But until then, let's go do our games of the week. Games of the week is the way we end every episode of the Relic Grind. The Relic Grind. Jesus Christ, Mike. One more show before the holiday break. The way we end every episode of Gaming Gumbo, it's where all three of us are about to recommend the game to you. Could be a board game, card game, video game, mobile game, something we've played in the past, never played before, or think you should play. And you let us know who gave the best recommendation in the comments when you give your recommendations and chime in on your nominees and everything else we talked about today. Dom, let's go to you first.
So I haven't played this yet, but I mean, I've played the game before, but they just recently had a big update that I wanted to check out. Phasmophobia has a new diner map.
Oh, nice.
I know it's a little bit after the Halloween season, but you know, ghost hunting's a year-round, not non-seasonal.
Indeed.
Activity.
Yad, what do you got?
So first of all, I did notice that you didn't switch up the game of the week slide to the one I gave you updated with the new Val. But
Yod's about to be fired. This is the second, like he sits around and just like the only time I ever hear from Yod is when I do something wrong. Like I had updated the website to advertise.
You two are like a married couple.
I had done. This was a while ago. I updated the website to show that Snowbound was on hiatus, so that like the schedule wasn't there. And I forgot to update Twitch. I just get a random message from Yod today. Hey, it was on Twitch. I saw that Snowbound's still on Tuesdays. I'm like, Jesus fucking. Oh my god, whatever.
What?
Now he's like, oh, you didn't fix this. Hold on, I'm gonna check something because I'm gonna blast the shit out of you. If what I think is true is true, but I was wrong on the bronze, so I'm gonna go check this one before I open my big mouth. Let me see what this is. No, okay, we're good. Yep, I thought I didn't have a new updated Game of the Week one, but I do.
Nope,
I do.
You did.
I had the Halloween one.
Super Nintendo cartridge.
No, I had that.
I added
one.
the Super Nintendo cartridge because she's in Super Nintendo gear.
Yeah, all right. What's your fucking game? I want to go play Remix.
Okay. So I found a way to play the original Ghost in the Shell from PlayStation 1. I don't know how I did it, but I found a way to play it. I think all you other people should also play the original Ghost in the Shell game from PlayStation 1.
That's a damn good game. I'm going to go with Maniac Mansion on the NES. Maniac Mansion. You got to check it out. Although you got to get the ROM that allows you to put the hamster in the microwave. If you know, you know. Enjoy. That's going to do it for today's show. We'll be back not next week because it's Thanksgiving, but we'll be back the week after that with another episode of Gaming Gumbo. Until then, Yad, where can everybody find you?
Yada works on the social medias except for Twitter.
Dom.
Right here on Gaming Gumbo.
I don't know. You can find me down here somewhere, whatever it says down there.
I'm Mike Byrne. You can follow me right there, Magic Man 1, but more importantly, follow at RC Radio so you'll know every time we're going live with a podcast, a stream, Final Fantasy trading card game, live gameplay, and everything else. Stay safe. See you on the servers.